Good morning, everybody. This is going to be great. I'm so excited. I can't even be professional right now. I mean, this is an Exocet. This is ridiculous. This is a ladder that fell on a bear, and now the bear's really mad. The bear's at a V6. This is ridiculous. So this is Daniel. Daniel, thank you very much. Wait, let's do that again. We kind of missed it.
There we go.
I'm going to get it one of these days. Daniel sent me his wheel well page, or his wheel well garage, and as soon as I saw this car, I was like, yes. Where do you live? I'm going to be up there in the Bay Area. I've got to drive this car. I've been wanting to drive one of these since I read about them on the internet. And if you don't know what Wheelwell is, it's our new performance parts supplier partner and also social media partner. They're sponsoring the One Takes with modified cars. It's basically like if you combined Facebook, Amazon, and your favorite car forum together. So you can have a landing page called a garage and post all your mods and photos of your cars. And the only people that will see it are people who like cars, instead of like bombarding Facebook with photos of cars that no one in your family cares about, and then they unfriend you, and then you don't get invited to reunions, blah, blah, blah. It's a big snowball effect. So if you want to buy parts, they have a huge inventory and supply chain. You can go there, punch in a code TST, and you will get 15% off. But more about that later. What? Why? Okay. So Exocet, in theory, was like, take a part of an Ariel Atom, like the idea of an Ariel Atom, take a Miata, you take the body off the Miata, drop this ladder on there, and you have a lightweight Miata, which I thought was just called a Miata, but now there's a lighter Miata. So, and then you've done some changes. Like, for those who are watching, we're gonna talk first because it's probably gonna be loud in here, and I don't want us to miss the details with the in-car audio. So we're gonna talk for a few minutes. So if you want to jump to the driving, just scroll ahead. So you got this kit. But then you changed, the engine's not a Miata engine.
Yep.
A lot of the parts aren't Miata parts anymore. So let's go, what's the engine now?
So the engine is called an LFX. It's out of a 2015 Camaro. They're V6. They have basically all the bells and whistles, direct injection, variable valve timing on intake and exhaust, and integrated headers in the block. So it's a really tight, compact package, and it happens to make 300 horsepower. Yeah,
it's a stout engine. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think the V6 1LE is a really good car. Yep. You don't need... I mean, LSs are fun and V8s are fun, but like you really can do a lot with 300 horsepower, especially when you weigh 1,800 pounds, you said?
More like 1,650
1,650. 1,650.
Probably 18 with us in it, but yeah.
The car I drove here in is BMW 850 press car, and that weighs 4,400 pounds. Wow. I mean, that's what, but of course you look around, like we have nothing. Like, you know, there's no dashboard. You know, there's no doors.
You can touch the ground.
You got some skid plates. I can touch the ground. Oh my God, I can't touch the ground. You got a gauge pod from an RX-8.
Yep.
Aftermarket steering wheel. Transmission is from the Camaro. No.
Yeah, it's from the Camaro.
Transmission's from the Camaro.
Yes, the entire engine transmission dropout from 2015 Camaro. It's a Aisin transmission, 6-speed. You know, it's what it came with the engine, so there's no really concerns about it blowing up.
If they get along, right.
Yeah,
it should be fun.
I mean, the entire drivetrain is so under stress because it came out of a 3,000 plus pound car and went into something half the weight.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. You took like bird wings and you put it on like a butterfly or something. This is just ridiculous. So everything should be fine for a very long time.
Yep.
You had to get a different subframe to put this engine in.
Yes. So originally I was actually intending to put the engine into a 99 Miata, but California likes to be a little strict on engine swaps. And so I knew of the SB100 process, which is the special construction vehicles. So basically if I got a kit like an Exocet or Lotus 7, I can build it and put whatever engine I want into it. So I had actually already purchased the engine and the front subframe from V8 Roadsters, and then decided to throw it into an Exocet instead to make it road legal.
Well, that's what's great. I mean, this is road legal. We're in California. Do you want to tell people what your sticker says, or do you want to leave that alone?
Yeah. So the sticker for the registration.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the process, at the end of the day, when you're about to get it registered, you have to tell them what you want it registered as, and you can either do it by engine year, which obviously I wouldn't want to because I'd have to have a bunch of smog equipment on it. So instead, you do it by body style. And the bar referee just decided, this is a 1965 3.6 liter Chevrolet.
I don't know how he got there. The referee was just like looking at it, didn't know, like pulled the first car his parents probably had, and just like, sure, that's what this is. Mm-hmm. This is so weird and so great. I really like the idea behind them. And we'll talk about your other part of this project at the end because it's hilarious. It's hilarious. I want to save something for the end, but it's hilarious. All right, battery on.
Yep.
Wow, we're just gonna blow out all the audio.
Yep.
If they're, V6, not really known for its subtlety.
No. I'll yell.
Visibility is quite good, to the surprise of no
No
one.
blind spots.
Miata steering rack?
Yep.
What? Wow.
And it redlines at 7,200, so you got some room too.
Well, if we go over that cliff, we got a lot of room. The steering is like really, really light, like strangely light.
Yeah. Most guys do depower the racks. I probably will eventually.
I would do that. Only because it's so light. What is this? I mean, all right, I'm just in third right now, everybody. The gas pedal feels like a Miata. It's got like a soft spring to it, a lot of travel. It's got some feedback, but it just feels lightly sprung. The steering, as I said, very light. You can see I'm already at 90 degrees in a pretty shallow corner because it's got a pretty big ratio. This definitely needs a smaller steering ratio, like a quicker one. Power builds like you'd expect from a nice V6. It's linear. This is bananas. Whoa! Oh my God! There's like wind noise, tire noise, engine noise. Wow! I'm very gentle with it. Wheel spin, okay. Wow. I thought I didn't like the sound of V6 engines, but when it's in something like this, it kind of fits it.
Yeah, it's that raw, like, there's nothing comfortable about this car.
No.
So your ears can't be comfortable either.
Yeah, yeah. All right, suspension is a little on the stiff side. Little on the stiff side for suspension. I'm going to slow down so we can actually talk. It hits a bump, it kind of moves around a little bit.
Yeah.
But the dampening's really good.
These are like the dampers to get for Miatas.
Okay.
So 949 Racing Super Miata makes these. They're the Zetas. So the damping themselves is incredible. Like you said, it's a little oversprung right now.
But we're on a really bumpy road.
Yeah, on a track, it's like perfect.
It's less, how am I trying to say this? The suspension's kind of stiff so the car bounces around, but somehow the dampening, the seat and everything, I don't feel like, it doesn't feel really harsh.
Yeah.
There's like, it's somewhere between the wheels moving and the seat. It actually soaks up pretty good.
Yeah.
There's no squeaks or rattles. I mean, this project's relatively new.
Yeah, I mean, there's some because aluminum rubbing on aluminum, but it's all interior stuff.
Yeah, there's no components moving and banging
Right.
around.
I mean, literally every component that went into this is brand new. So it's not polyurethane bushings. It's the stiffer rubber compound that Mazda uses on their club cars. So there's some compliance there, but I wanted it to be stiff but not unforgiving.
The only thing it needs, there's not a ton of steering feel.
Yeah, it really needs a manual rack.
It needs a manual rack because I don't really know what's going on in the front. And as you said, because of the weight bias with the big engine, this engine is As heavy as what, a Miata with a turbo, you said?
Basically, a stock Miata engine with turbo on it comes about to the same weight.
So it's probably a little front biased.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, so you combine those things. It's just, it's not, I don't feel super confident going in the corner yet.
Yep.
But I'm sure you get used to it. I mean, the brakes are good because the car doesn't weigh anything.
Yep.
What brakes? Stock Miata brakes?
No, it's the 10-inch little big brake kit from Flying Miata.
Okay. Oh man. Yeah, I can get used to this. I mean, once I start to trust the grip,
Yep.
it's like, you know, the feel in the wheel doesn't make me feel very confident, but the lateral grip, I'm sure I'm way below the limit. Dude, what a fun thing. Wow. I mean, it just dices. It just dices. Wheel spin. Wheel spin on exit, okay. I mean, that's just like that's a burnout coming out of the corner. I'm actually, I think because it's so light, it actually doesn't really step out as much as you think.
Right.
It just kind of does a burnout while you're going straight.
Yeah, I mean, I think part of that too is that because it's so light, when it does step out, it's like silent. So
Yeah, there's
the
no tire
tires
sound.
don't really tell you when they're stepping out.
They don't.
When I first got it on the road, I was giving it gas because I didn't know how much, how it hooked up. I was like, I feel like it should be accelerating more. I was just spinning the tires initially.
Yeah, the only way I know is like a little vibration coming through the pedal.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, it's doing a burnout behind us right
Yep.
now. It would definitely be good. You should take it to like a Sonoma drift day just to learn where the limits are because the communication is weird.
Yeah.
It might be a good idea. Okay, back to channel 2. Wow, what a fun little thing. I mean, all you need is third gear, right?
Yeah.
It's got plenty of torque. We're at 4,000 RPM.
And it's a really long third gear too.
Yeah,
so
it is.
you can, like, Sonoma is like 90% third.
I bet. I mean, obviously we're gonna catch other cars. I smell gas, which is fun. Kind of reminds me of a Cobra. It's like modern components, but somehow old school feel.
Yeah.
You know, the turning radius, it's not that good, but it's pretty good.
You could probably do it here.
Turning radius is incredible. We'll go back the way we came. And rocks.
Well, as we're getting pelted.
We got rocks.
Tires are warm.
Tires are very warm. Look at that. Daily driver. Oh, totally. Oh, it's so angry. Oh, this is so great. Wow, man. I don't know, I'm trying to think of what it feels like, but it's got like, it's a little Japanese, it's a little British Roadster. I mean, the engine's American, but you can't really tell. I don't know. It's like someone gave meth to an MG.
Sunbeam Tiger.
Little yump, doesn't matter. I mean, that actually speaks to it. Like, that was a little lift over crest and turn, and it settled so fast.
Yeah.
It didn't wiggle around. It just went like this.
The dampers.
The dampers are great. Oh my God. I can't even talk. It's so much fun. I don't know what to do. If I drove this for like 30 minutes, I'd be in so much trouble. Gosh, I mean, the momentum you can carry because of like visibility, the weight, how quickly it slows down and accelerates.
Yep.
I mean, you know, that's why light cars are so great, because they do everything so much quicker than a heavy car.
Yep.
But also, I mean, the size of it, like, you can actually apex a corner because we have 3 feet on either side of us. I mean, that's one of those reasons, like, the Fiesta is faster on a road like this than a McLaren.
Yep.
No, it's not our space. Because it's so small. What's your plan with this? Is it like a track thing, a weekend thing, a both?
It's kind of meant to be the fun car. You know, I commute in the Bay Area, so before I moved, I was commuting 3 hours a day. And so, you know, the car I drive to and from work is comfortable in rush hour. This is the exact opposite. It's just raw.
Yeah.
So, planning to take it to the track as much as possible, but coming out here on roads like this, it's also a blast.
Yeah, it's really great. It's great, and it's a fairly economical project. Like in terms of dollar to fun, like you'd have to get something so fast to like light your adrenaline up the way this does.
And you know, mine's on the extreme end, but the guys who run these with the Miata drivetrains, it's not far off.
Yeah.
And you can totally build an Exocet with a turbo for like 15 grand if you're really penny pinching. And it wouldn't be that far off this in terms of power.
Yeah, in terms of excitement, I mean, you don't need the V6. It's really cool, and I'm glad you did it. I assume your gas gauge doesn't work?
Yes.
Okay.
We have probably 17 gallons still.
All right, yeah. I'm sure it gets like 50 miles per gallon. It's very eco-friendly. Yeah, I feel like we drove like a Camaro through a plumbing store, just like crashed through. This is just so weird. I don't know, man. It's like revs hang a little when you shift it.
Yeah.
I think it's like a high idle.
Tuning.
Yeah. I mean, it's for working on the tuning. I don't feel a lot of holes in the power band.
Yep. The torque is just like a table.
Man, it's like a Miata is like a good friend that can take you places and you have a lot of fun. You go on some trips and stuff because the Miata is very approachable. It's a good time. And then you drive like if you drive a flying Miata like V8 swap, that's like a friend with money because it's like everything's turned up to 11.
Yeah.
And then this is that same friend with money, but they're crazy. I don't know. This is the kind of person that would like buy a hot air balloon because it doesn't make any sense. And then as soon as you start doing it, it makes tons of sense. And does your temp gauge work? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
All right, it's looking pretty good. We'll kill it. And then we're gonna do adjust the noise on the way back because this is amazing. And I'm gonna drive this as much as possible. So tell people, as I said, he has one other idea for this that made me laugh. So tell the audience.
Well, okay, I'm going to give some context, which I gave earlier,
but make fun of you, but okay.
Yes, appropriate. The horse is going to make fun of me too. Right. So originally I was going to put this engine into a Miata, but because of legality reasons, I had to do a kit car, and so this I literally the day I found out I couldn't do it in the Miata, I went on eBay. Oh, this was for sale for like half the price you'd usually pay for it new. So downside of these is drag. Basically, like you said, we're a ladder with an engine and wheels, open wheels.
Right.
This has enough power to compensate, but you still hit an aerodynamic wall. And so, because I am that crazy person who did put a V6 into this, I am currently designing, CADing, and will be making my own body for this.
Which is a really cool thing. The reason I laugh, of course, is because you bought a car with a body, took the body off, bolted a ladder on, and then you're going to bolt the body back on top of the ladder.
Yep.
You could have just bought a Miata with the body and then put the V6 in the car.
Well, that was originally
you'll have something special and cool.
Yes.
Like, what's that car that they make in the UK that's like, it's Miata, it's called like Genetech or it's something like that. Someone's going to mention it in the comments. I'll put it in the description, but it's like a Miata-sized car. Mm-hmm. They added a little more angle to the Ginetta. Right, and they're good looking. Yeah. They're a little more angle to them, well, compared to like the NAs and the NBs. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's a tube frame chassis, and it's a really cool thing. So, this is awesome.
I mean, basically, the way I think of it is now it's a canvas that I can continue to change and adjust however I want. I mean,
true.
Right, Miata handling as the core is really good.
Great place to start.
There's a ton of information out there. And then now, 10 years down the road, 5 years down the road, I feel like, I want a different body. There's plenty of places to mount stuff too, so.
That's very true. Yeah, pickup points are easy to find. You're very smart. You work with AutoCAD, so you can figure that out. It is a canvas. When you said you were not done with the interior, I laughed because I was like, well, who needs an interior in one of these? But you can if you want to. I mean, you can make it. It's a platform to build your own car.
Yeah, it's a platform for me to learn too. I grew up. Me and my dad had built some dune buggies and worked on cars, and my entire life worked on them. But this has been the genesis of me learning to do some sheet metal work. Me learning to TIG weld. It's been kind of this point where I can say, okay, I've learned to start tuning. I've learned to do basically all the really niche stuff that is sometimes hard to do on a more modern car that has to abide by certain rules and regulations.
Yeah, it's a great. This is great for that. Like you said, good canvas, and I'm not making a joke. Like, you can't mess the body up. So if you're learning to weld, or if you want to bolt something on, you're not like, oh, I got to cut a panel. I got to cut the dash on this thing. Like, you could build a dash out of rolled aluminum if you wanted to. I mean, it'd be simple, and then flock it or something. But it like the drift race cars do, and it would look pretty nice. So you can experiment with a lot of metal work and stuff in this, which is awesome, dude. Thank you so much for letting me try it.
My pleasure.
A year in the making. I'm so excited. Again, if you guys want to submit if you want to submit a modified car with Wheelwell as our sponsor, you just have to send me a link to your Wheelwell garage. And we actually have a new submission portal, which I'm going to put a link to in the description of this. So it's really easy. You just click that link, and it'll take you to a really simple form where you put your name, your email, where you live, and a link to your Wheelwell garage. And then I can click on it, check out your car. If you have basic mods all the way to crazy race car, I want to drive all the things, learn all the things. So hit that link and check it out. And if you're just a fan of cars and you want a place to look at them and share them with your friends, check out Wheelwell. And obviously, because they're big in the aftermarket, they have a awesome store. They have parts from just about everybody and for just about every car. So you can just go in, type in your car, pull up a part. The prices are very competitive, and we are giving you 15% off if you type in the code. So check it out, support them, they support us. Hope you guys enjoy it. Hope you guys enjoy this. We're gonna drive a little bit more.